Packed your things in a quiet room, left the dust where it always lay. I told myself it was better this way, letting time take you away. But the walls still know your shadow, the clock still ticks your tone. I've learned how to keep moving on, but not how to be alone. I pretend the past can't reach me now, but it always finds a way somehow. I'm dying to remember how it felt when your heart still leaned on mine, when love was more than survival, more than just killing time. I try to forget, I swear I do, but every road I choose goes back to you. Yeah, I'm living just to let it go, but I'm dying to remember. There's a song on the old radio we used to play too loud. Now it hits like a quiet truth I never say out loud. I've loved again or something close, but it never felt the same. Some memories don't fade with years, they only change their name. I carry you in ways unseen, and who I was and who I've been. I'm dying to remember how it felt when your hand fit into mine, when the future fell wide open and the world still gave us time. I say I'm fine, I play it cool, tell myself I've paid my dues, but every truth I run into says I'm dying to remember you. Maybe love was never meant to last, maybe we burned too bright too fast, but every scar I try to hide still knows your face at night. If forgetting means I lose myself, then maybe I don't wanna heal. Some hearts survive by letting go, mine survives by what it feels. I'm dying to remember who I was when your name still felt like home, when hope wasn't a fragile thing and nights weren't spent alone. I'll carry on, I always do, learn how to live with less of you. But even when the past is gone, I'm dying to remember. We've been talking like strangers lately, standing close but miles apart. Every word feels carefully chosen, like we're afraid to spark. I see it in the way you listen, half here, half somewhere else, like you're already preparing for life without us. I don't wanna be the last to know, the one who feels it burn too slow. So tell me now, before the fire dies. there's still a reason to hold on tight, or if we're just afraid of goodbye. I don't need forever, I just need truth. I just need to know if there's still you. Say something real, don't let it fade. Before the fire dies. I remember when we couldn't sleep, hands tangled, hearts awake. Now silence fills the empty space where love used to breathe and shake. I don't blame time, I don't blame you. I know how easy it is to drift, but love shouldn't feel like waiting for the end of it. I feel the cold where warmth wants to live, wondering what we never give. So tell me now, before the fire dies, before we stop looking in each other's eyes, if there's still a flame worth saving here, or if we're just holding on to fear. I don't need promises carved in stone, I just need to know I'm not alone. Say my name like you still mean it, before the fire dies. Maybe love don't end in one loud moment. Maybe it fades when no one fights, slowly cooling in the quiet, while we sleep through one more night. If this is all we have left now, let's not waste it on pretending. I'd rather feel it break honest than die without us knowing. So tell me now, before the fire dies, before we lose what's left inside, if there's still a spark beneath the scars, still a reason we're this far, I'll take the truth even if it hurts, even if it's just one last goodbye. Just don't leave me standing in the dark. Before the fire dies. You always knew how to leave without noise, how to disappear mid-song. I learned the sound of an empty room when the feeling's gone too long. You said love scares the ones who feel too deep, said freedom's where you start. I watched you fly into the open sky with your blackbird heart. You never liked the ground beneath your feet. You were always halfway gone from me. You had a blackbird heart, restless and wild, never meant to stay too long. I tried to love you gently, slow and sure, but you were already gone. I held the night while you chased the dawn. We were never on the same start. I loved you more than you could love back with that blackbird heart. I tell myself it's just a memory, but memories still cut in two. I built a life around your pauses, waited through the dark, but I was loving a moving dream with a blackbird heart. You needed space, I needed truth. We were never built the same way through. You had a blackbird heart, made to run, afraid of cages, afraid of calm. I gave you everything I was. You gave me almost love. I try to be a safe place, try to play my part, but you don't rest your wings for long. With a blackbird heart. Maybe love was never what you feared. Maybe staying was a cause. Some souls survive by never landing, even if it means they're lost. I don't curse you for the way you are, I just wish I'd been more smart than to give my whole forever to a blackbird heart. You had a blackbird heart, I see it now, beautiful and hard to hold. I was asking you for roots and town when your blood ran open road. I'll carry on, I always do, learn to live with what we were apart. But I'll always hear your wings at night. Blackbird heart. To talk till the sky grew light, every truth laid out in between. Now your name sits heavy on my tongue, like it's something I shouldn't mean. I tell myself it all makes sense, that love just learned to let us go. But there's an ache I can't explain, and I blame the silence most. It filled the room when you walked away, said everything we couldn't say. Blame the silence for breaking us slow, for the space where our hearts used to go. Blame the quiet for growing so loud when we needed each other the most. I can blame the years, I can blame the nights, say the timing was never right. But if love ever slipped through our hands, blame the silence. There's a chair still turned toward the door, like part of me waits for you. I've learned how to live with the emptiness, but not with the truth. We stopped asking how we felt, started sleeping back to back. Sometimes love don't leave all at once, it just fades into the cracks. I hear your voice and what we lost in every moment we never crossed. Blame the silence for breaking us slow, for the words we were too afraid to show. Blame the quiet for closing the space where our forever was supposed to grow. I can every night there's one regret: we trusted silence more than us. Blame the silence for all we lost, for the love we left unspoken. Blame the quiet for teaching our hearts how to slowly come undone. I can face the day, let the memories go, say I'm stronger than I was. But if love still hurts when I'm alone, blame the silence. I still hear your voice in the empty halls, like I never learned to leave. Every word just hanging there in the space between heartbeats. I replay the nights we swore were true, the parts we almost saved. But time don't ask for permission when it walks away. I've been holding on to what we were, long after it stopped answering back. This is the end of the echo, the last goodbye, where your name finally falls silent in my mind. I chased your shadow through every room, but there's nothing left to find. I don't hate you, I don't regret, I just can't keep living in the sound of them. So I'm letting go at the edge of the quiet, the end of the echo. There's a chair still turned toward the door, like hope never got the news. I tell myself it's just a habit now, but habits don't hurt like you. I've learned how to breathe through the empty air, learned how to stand alone, but every step I took away from us still felt like going home. I waited for a sign that never came, listening for you to say my name. end of the echo. Maybe love was never meant to stay loud. Maybe it whispers before it goes. Some feelings only survive as a ghost of what we chose. If silence is the final truth, then I'll meet it face to face. I don't need the past to call my name, to know my place. This is the end of the echo. I see it clear. No more reaching just to feel you near. I'll carry the good, I'll leave the pain. Let the quiet fall like rain. I walk forward without looking back. No more waiting for a sound that's cracked. I'm finally standing in the stillness now, at the end of the echo. We were standing on the edge of forever, barefoot in a borrowed dream. You said love was a fragile thing, not as strong as it seemed. I watched your eyes look past my face, like you were already gone. I felt the pull beneath my feet before the undertow came on. I tried to reach you through the noise, but every word went down too slow. I got lost underneath the waves of you, every promise pulling me under. I was holding my breath for a miracle, while your heart drifted further. I kept swimming against the truth, till the strength was all but gone. Now I'm fighting the dark alone, lost beneath the waves. There's a salt-stained ache in my chest every time I hear your name, like a shoreline that still remembers every footstep that never came. I told myself love could outswim fear, that faith was enough to stay, but some hearts are made for deeper water than another soul can say. I felt you slipping from my hands, like sand that never understands. I got lost beneath waves of you, every silence crashing in. I was calling out through the distance, but you couldn't hear me then. I kept drowning in what we were, while you learned how to move on. Now the tide rolls over me, lost beneath the waves. Maybe love was never meant to anchor. Maybe it's meant to roam. Some hearts are built like open seas, never meant to be a home. If letting go is how I survive, I learned to float somehow. But there's a part of me still sinking every time I look back now. Every night I drift back there, lost beneath the waves, lost beneath the waves. Learned how to hold it together in crowds, how to laugh when the hurt feels close. I learned how to answer, I'm doing fine. I learned to answer, I'm doing fine. Like a line I rehearse the most, but there's a quiet war behind my eyes, things I never let show. Everyone sees the man I play, but my demons know. They know the nights I say your name, the promises I couldn't say. They feel the weight I still carry on. Yeah, my demons know. My demons know how I miss your touch, how your goodbye still shakes my bones. They hear your voice in the dead of night when I'm standing here alone. I can lie to the world, say I'll let you go, say my heart learned how to grow. But when the lights go low, my demons know. There's an old photograph in a drawer. Edges worn, but it still feels new. I tell myself it's just a memory, but memories don't feel like you. I've loved again, or so it seemed, but something never came back home. Every heart has a hidden truth, and my demons know. They feel the cracks beneath my calm, the part of me that still holds on. My demons know. My demons know how I miss your touch, how your goodbye still haunts my bones. They've watched me fade in quite a way, smiling through the undertone. I can play it strong, let the years roll slow, tell myself I'm better alone. But in the dark I hear it clear. My demons my peace with who I am. Learn to live, learn how to cope. I wear my scars like armor now, but my demons know. Tried to be, and the one I almost was the most. I can face the day, let the truth go slow. Say I've healed, say I've grown, but when the night comes home to me, my demons know. I've been standing on the edge of a long goodbye, with my back to what I know. Every road feels half remembered, every sign says don't go. I keep telling myself I'm almost there, that the fog will clear somehow. I hear your voice like a warning sign, soft and fading with time. I'm one step from nowhere, one breath from gone. Trying to hold on, trying to move on. I don't know which way the truth runs now, only that I'm still holding on somehow. I can see the past, I can't see the end. Every promise breaking, trying to bend. I'm one step from nowhere since you've been gone. There's a light still on in a room I left, like part of me stayed behind. I tell myself that love moves forward, but my heart walks time. I've learned how to feel the quiet hours, learned how to fake the calm, but the future feels like a borrowed coat I can't keep warm. I say your name when no one's near, like maybe you'll still hear. I'm one step from nowhere, one word from truth, caught in the space between me and you. I've tried to run, I've tried to stay, but every road just circles the pain. I can carry on, I always do, but I don't know who I am without you. I'm one step from nowhere, standing still. Maybe love was never meant to save us, maybe it just shows the scars. Sometimes all you really get is a memory in the dark. If I fall, I'll fall honest. If I break, I'll break clean. But I wish I knew where I was headed, or where you've been. I'm one step from nowhere, one night too long, trying to be right when everything's wrong. I've made my peace, or so I say, but my heart still hasn't found its way. I'll take the next step, whatever it shows, even if it's farther than I know. I'm one step from nowhere, but I'm still standing. still remember us. Felt the scorch when loved ones stayed. Every promise burned too bright, left its mark then slipped away. I carried guilt like it was true, wore the blame like it was mine. But standing in the ashes now, I can finally see the line. I was holding on to the fire too long, forgetting I was more than what went wrong. I'm gonna rise above the flames, let the smoke clear from my name. I won't live inside the burn of every word we couldn't save. I've been down on my knees, learning how to breathe, learning pain don't get to stay. I'm walking out of yesterday. I'll rise above the flames. I tried to be who you needed most, even when I lost my way. I bent myself till something broke, called it love, called it fate. But some fires don't warm the soul, they just teach you how to wait. And survival starts the moment you choose what not to take. Don't deny what we've been through, I just won't let it ruin who I am now. I'm gonna rise above the flames, above the hurt, above the blame. I won't replay the final scene or relive the ending every day. I've been learning how to stand with these scars still on my hands. I'm stronger than the wreckage we made. I'll rise above the flames. Maybe love will come again in a softer kind of way. Not as something I survive, but something that helps me stay. If I fall, it won't be backwards. If I trust, it won't be blind. I won't fear the fire again, now that I've survived the night. I'm gonna rise above the flames, feel the sun instead of pain. Carry forward what I learned, leave the rest to drift away. I don't hate you, I don't hide, I just choose my life this time. I'm stepping out of what remained. I rise above the flames. I'll rise above the flames. Learned how to keep my voice down low, blend my hurt into the wall, smile polite, say I'm alright, never say it all. But every time I close my eyes, I see you standing there, like a memory that won't stay quiet, painted in the air. I try to drown it out with time, but silence only sharpens the lines. I'm screaming in color when no one hears. but my heart tells truth tonight. I can hide the pain, keep my cover strong, pretend the feeling's dead and gone, but inside I'm loud and broken wide, screaming in color. There's a world I carry under my skin, full of words I never said. Every almost, every what if, still living in my head. You moved on like the past was done, like it never left a mark. But you lit a fire inside my chest that still burns in the dark. I bite my tongue, I hold my ground, but truth don't fade when it's shut down. I'm screaming in color through quiet days, every memory sharp, every regret in place. I talk and calm, I walk the line, but my soul won't stay confined. I can play it cool, act untouched, say you're leaving didn't hurt this much, but every feeling comes alive, screaming in color. Maybe love was never meant to whisper, maybe hearts are meant to bleed. Some truths don't survive the dark unless you let them scream. If breaking open's what it takes to finally feel whole, then I'll stop muting all this pain and let the colors show. I'm screaming in color, I see it now. Every loss, every promise I broke somehow. I tried to live in softer tones, but love don't fade, it overflows. I'll face the truth, let the walls fall down, let every hidden part resound. 'Cause even if I stand alone, I won't stop screaming in color. Used to believe I knew love well, thought I'd seen it all before. I learned how to leave without looking back, learned how to lock the door. But then you stood in the quiet space I swore I'd never feel, and something in me started shaking against my will. I said I was done with broken ground, but your voice pulled me back around. I'm still learning to fall, still losing control, still letting someone see my soul. I thought I was past all this fear and doubt, but you're tearing my defenses down. I don't fall easy, I don't fall fast, I fall like someone hurt by the past. Yeah, I'm still learning to fall for you. I've built my life on careful steps, on knowing where I stand. I learned how to love with one foot back, always ready to land. But you don't love from a distance, you don't play it safe or small. You look at me like you already know I'm afraid to fall. I feel the edge beneath my feet, your hand is steadying me. I'm still learning to fall, still giving in, still fighting the urge to run again. I say I'm fine, say I've been here before, but my heart's not sure anymore. I don't fall easy, I don't fall clean, I fall where the truth gets seen. Yeah, I'm still learning to fall in between. Maybe love ain't about landing safe, maybe it's trust in the air, letting go of who you used to be and hoping someone's there. If I break, I won't blame you. If I hurt, I'll heal somehow. But I don't wanna stand here forever, wonder what if now. I'm still learning to fall, but I see it clear. Every step feels real right here. I won't promise I won't be scared, I'll just promise I'll stay. I don't know where this road will go, only that I don't wanna walk it slow alone. Yeah, I'm still learning to fall, and I'm falling anyway. Used to believe love healed everything, the time would soften the truth. But some goodbyes don't fade away, they just change the way they bruise. I learned how to keep my voice steady, how to smile when it hurts inside. There's a sweetness in remembering you, but it's the bitter kind. It's the kind that lingers after the last goodbye, the kind that never asks you why. It's the bitter kind of love that stays long after the feeling's gone, like a ghost in the corner of every room. When the lights are left on, I can say I'm fine, I've crossed that line, learned to leave the past behind. But every memory of you I find is the bitter kind. There's an empty side of the bed at night that still remembers your name. I tell myself it's just habit now, but habits don't feel like pain. I've held new hands, I've said new words, tried to let the old ones die, but nothing ever tastes as strong as the love we left behind. I don't curse you, I don't pretend, I just feel how it all still ends. It's the bitter kind of love that stays when the sweetness slips away, like a last slow song on the radio. You can't break 'cause I can blame the signs, say we crossed the wrong design, but every truth I can't deny is the bitter kind. Maybe we were never meant to last, maybe right just came too fast, but I'd still choose every broken piece just to feel you in my past. If loving you was a losing game, I played it till the end. Some hearts break loud and disappear, mine just grows more bitter than. It's the bitter kind of love I keep, quiet, honest, worn with time. Not enough to tear me apart, just enough to stay alive. I'll carry on, I always do, learn how to live with less of you. But every time I close my eyes, it's the bitter kind. Learn how to let people get close, but never close enough to stay. I learned how to talk about everything except what I'm afraid to say. I built a calm around my feelings, brick by brick, year by year. From the outside it looks like strength, but it's fear holding up in here. I tell myself I'm doing fine, but there's a truth I keep locked inside. There's a wall inside I never tear down, no matter how hard I try. It keeps me safe from breaking apart and lonely at the same time. I let you see just enough of my heart to keep you standing close, but the part that needs you most hits the wall inside. You reached for me with honest hands, like you knew what I was hiding. You said love shouldn't feel like defense, said it shouldn't feel like fighting. I wanted to believe your words, wanted to let you through, but every time I leaned too close, the wall did what it always do. I froze right there between the truth and fear, wanting you but keeping distance clear. There's a wall inside I never tear down, built from every goodbye, from all the nights I learned to survive by swallowing kept me standing all these years, but it kept me alone. If loving means I might fall hard, maybe that's the cost of trying. 'Cause living safe but empty is the wall inside.